Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am your girl Molinda Jae, here to bring you all a story or just a update in regards to the Stephen Smith case that is going on of his body being exhumed and then to be set for another autopsy. And also because I came across the hashtag on Twitter as I was looking through Twitter and seeing what's happening and all. And of course they had the hashtag justice for Stephen Smith. And it seems like the color of his the foundation, or just the color to distinguish the purpose or in the awareness behind Stephen Smith, is green. So let's go ahead and get into the articles so we can. Okay, and this is coming from USA Today in regards to the Murdaugh cases. The body of Stephen Smith's body was exhumed and autopsied, and his mother wants answers. So this was posted as of yesterday, and it reads: the mother of slain South Carolina teen Stephen Smith has just buried her son for the second time and is now offering a reward for information that might help investigators solve his untimely demise. Sandy Smith is allocating $35,000 from money raised through the GoFundMe for information leading to the arrest of any responsible party in the passing of her son, lawyers announced. The GoFundMe account also paid for the exhumation and independent autopsy of Stephen's remains, which the lawyer said was conducted over the weekend. The South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, aka SLED, reopened its investigation of Smith's passing in 2021 after discovering ties to his family of now convicted breadwinner Alex Murdaugh. I now believe that Stephen can really rest at ease because SLED and our team are going to do everything possible to find out just how he passed away, Smith family attorney Eric Bland said Monday. Okay. And of course, it's just a couple of hyperlinks here of the Rural homicide, police investigation, the passing of Stephen Smith after Alex Murdaugh trial, the Stephen Smith investigation, mother raising $41K to exhume autopsy remains of her son's body near the Murdaugh estate. And then of course SLED launching a probe, open up an investigation to the passing of Stephen Smith and possible Murdaugh connection. Okay, furthermore, in the article on Sunday, Sandy Smith posted on her Justice for Stephen Smith family page on Facebook that her baby is back in his final resting place. Bland added that the examination and autopsy effort was a team effort which included unearthing, transporting, and safeguarding Smith's body for autopsy and then reburying at Gooding Cemetery in Hampton County. He said it involved a tremendous amount of planning from a local funeral home, the excavators, the county coroner, the state health officials, the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, and the team of pathologists and investigators hired privately by the Smith family and their attorneys. That private investigative team includes pathologist Dr. Michelle Dupree, Dr. Dan Schultz, and his name sounds familiar, and Dr. Heather Walsh Haney, who conducted the autopsy. Bland had also retained the services of crime scene forensic expert Dr. Kenneth Kinsey, and may also add an additional crime scene investigator to assist Kinsey later on. And as you can see, here is the image of the roadside memorial for Stephen Smith on Sandy Run Road. So what happened to Smith? Smith's body was found lying in the middle of Sandy Run Road in rural Hampton County in the early morning hours of July 8th, 2015 in the fatal blunt force trauma to the head and other secondary injuries. Originally ruled a vehicular hit and run, H-side. In 2015, the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, aka SLED, reopened the case in June 2021 based upon information gathered through the course of the double breadcrumb investigation of Paul and Maggie Murdaugh. A spokesperson said at the time that Murdaugh was sentenced to life in prison for the deletions of his wife and son last month. On March 23rd, SLED confirmed the Smith family that it was officially considering the case of the investigation. The GoFundMe page was launched in early March and to date has raised in excess of $119,000 to pay for a private examination, independent autopsy, and to find the cost of more in-depth investigation. The Smith family has been critical of law enforcement's handling of the case from its inception. Searching for clues and closure. Bland and his law partner Ronnie Richter are urging anyone with information about the events leading up to Stephen's untimely demise to come forward and contact SLED. We understand that providing information about a crime can be difficult and we want to support the community. However, we can bring closure for the Smith family, they said in a joint statement. We hope that this reward will encourage anyone with information to come forward and provide the critical details needed to solve this case, said Ronnie Richard. Bland Richard LLP would like to thank SLED Chief Mark Kill and his team for their hard work and dedication to this case. Bland asked, the paramount issue here is to find answers for Smith family. We won't stop until we do. So anyone with information about Stephen Smith's passing is urged to contact SLED at 803-737-9000 or email tips@sled.sc.gov. Okay, so that's what is going on as of yesterday. And if you have been keeping up with, let me stop sharing my screen. And if you have been keeping up with the progress of the investigation, as stated in the article, she had let her supporters know that the body of her son has been put back into the ground safely and securely. And of course, she thanks everyone for their continuation in supporting the cause of seeking justice for Stephen Smith. So my thoughts about this is, of course, I continue to send nothing but grace and strength and healing and loving energy to Miss Sandy Smith and the untimely demise of her son. And from what I watched on the Netflix series in regards to his father, it seems like the father had passed away with a broken heart due to what had happened to Stephen Smith. So again, nothing but love and healing and strength energy to them. And ironically, I'm wearing the color green. So yeah, I mean, hey, it's all working out to its purpose. And of course, I got my green portrait in the back that's still left unfinished as well. But other than that, yes, please leave your thoughts down in the comment section below of the investigation of Stephen Smith's untimely demise. What are your thoughts? I'd like to hear it. And if you have any information that will lead to helping closing the case, solving and closing the case, please reach out to SLED as soon as possible, because this is long overdue. And it's sad that it had to take a prominent figure that surrounded themselves, or to each own inserted themselves in the situation to a certain degree, to that ends up behind bars, and then finally they can seek the justice that they need accordingly, instead of just having it swept under the rug for so long. And again, you just got to put yourself, sometimes you got to put yourself in other people's shoes and look at it from their point of view. Like, what if it was your family member and you're trying to seek justice because something has been swept under the rug or has been kept on the hush hush for so long? So that's just something to keep in mind whenever situations like this happen, is just go back, instead of just judging right off the back and jumping to conclusions. Just put yourself in the person's shoes and look at it from their perspective. Be like, okay, what would have done if it would have happened to me? God forbid, and knock on wood. But other than that, those are my thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And of course, justice for Stephen Smith, and may his soul continue to rest peacefully and holistically and fully, and to continue to be by his mother's side and his family side as they are continuing to solve this investigation, for him to continue to and fully rest as justice needs to be served. Okay, so without further ado, I'm gonna leave y'all to it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.